They call him Tech. Yeah, he can fill your head with useless info for hours. Crosshair, on the other hand, is not much of a conversationalist.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Geekdom, the place where we outcasts come to talk about the things we love, and today we're talking The Bad Batch. Season 3 has been out for a couple days now, and I could not be more happy. I love this show. It's so good to have more Clone Wars related stuff on the TV again. So exciting, and I love the characters and all of their designs. So, for you today, I have got 6 brand new minifigures for you for each member of the core Bad Batch. The figures I've got for you today are the Season 2 outfits for Omega, Tech, Hunter, Ekko, Wrecker, and the Season 1 classic Bad Batch outfit for Crosshair. Starting up, we've got possibly my favourite character in the series, and that is Crosshair. I love this guy. Now, when the Season 7 of the Clone Wars episode, the Bad Batch arc got released, I really did not like this guy. I was so against Crosshair, but now I love him so much. My favourite episode of the show is the episode in Season 2 where Crosshair and Mayday are on that abandoned planet. It is just so good. Crosshair, so cool. And I love his classic Bad Batch outfit. Now, I have only watched the first 2 episodes of the new season, so I haven't seen the third one yet. But I do know from the trailer that he's going to be donning this outfit once again this season, which is so exciting. Now, as you can see here, it fits the kind of vibe of the LEGO official Bad Batch minifigures, which were, well, they were just okay, and we never actually got Crosshair's classic outfit, so I just had to do. We'll start from the top and work our way down. First thing you're going to notice is the helmet. Now, every single member of the Bad Batch in this video does have a custom molded helmet, because nothing creams my corn more than when LEGO reused the Phase 2 mold for these guys' helmets. They have such unique looks, they don't deserve to have remolds. So we've got brand new helmets here, and Crosshair's looks awesome. Very simplistic detail as these helmets go. Obviously he's got the crosshair on his eye and that red stripe on the top, but it's more in the shape of this helmet that really makes it pop, and it goes really well with the rest of his outfit. Now, he has that hairpiece that I made for my Ezra's and Kanan's in the past, and I just think that looks really cool. That's in a dark grey. He has pretty much the same facial expression as the LEGO official Crosshair, except I've gotten rid of a wrinkle or two to kind of make his face just look a bit more streamlined, as well as I've given him a toothpick in his mouth because he is constantly seen with a toothpick in those episodes of the Clone Wars. Now, the torso is probably the most detailed part of this minifigure. He has that awesome bandolier and the belt attachment for all of his extra bullets and scopes or whatever it is that he has on his belts, and he has that sort of classic Bad Batch armor look underneath. Now, looking at the armor of these guys, it became very apparent to me very quickly that Hunter, Wrecker, and Crosshair have pretty much the exact same armor, like base level details, but I tried to make each of them as different as possible. So Crosshair, I've combined assets from the Imperial Crosshair and his classic Bad Batch look to create a more armored, plated sort of look. I've also covered him in a bunch of battle damage and weathering, because, I mean, they look absolutely battered in those episodes of the Clone Wars. And that all continues down onto the hips and the legs as well. The leg prints obviously have those cool knee pads, and they have those red stripes. I love the red and grey colour scheme on these Bad Batch characters. They just look so cool. I have cast all of these figures in that sort of pearlescent, dark grey metal sort of colour, which looks really cool, especially on the arm for Crosshair. He has a custom molded arm, which we barely ever seen before. We see it on Benny the Spaceman from the Lego Movie 2, with that cool sort of like robot arm thing. But for this guy, it's just a simple spike coming out of his arm, because it's so essential to Crosshair's look. And I wanted to vary his arms up as much as possible. But underneath that, he's got his regular shoulder pauldron with the Clone Force 99 logo, and then those really cool gauntlets as well. But yeah, it's just kind of like a little red spike that comes out of his arm. But I thought it would be wrong of me to leave that out. He also comes with a buildable sniper. It's just a regular clone trooper blaster with a lightsaber hilt attachment on the end. Love this guy, just such a cool figure. Hello there, this is Future Geekdom. I just want to take a moment, first of all, subscribe, okay? A little red button down below, and comment, and do all of the button pushes. It really goes a long way. We're like 34 subs off 600, and that would just be such a dream come true. We're really trying to build something here, and it would just be so amazing if you could just click that little button if you haven't already. And if you have any other geeky friends, just tell them about it. Tell them to join the Outcast. It would be brilliant. But while I've got you here, I just want to just plonk this thumbnail in front of you. This took me forever. And, you know, it's pretty much only used for a thumbnail. I just wanted to put it here. Look at how beautiful it is. Palpy looking all scary. All the figures looking great. Right, sorry, I've taken too much of your time. Let's get back into... It's Tech. We have Tech. Oh, my baby boy. How I miss you. Oh, I cried so much when Tech died. If they bring him back in this season of the Bad Batch, I'm going to be furious. It was such a good death for a character, great motivation for the others. And this figure looks great too. I think out of all of them, Tech is the only character who I prefer their Season 2 armor. Because the orange really complements his sort of vibe. His torso is very similar to the classic printing on the LEGO official figure, except obviously those red assets have been changed to that sort of dark orange, which you will see is a massive theme throughout the rest of these guys. His face print is very similar. It's just kind of like the same goggles but a different facial expression, and he's got the Peter Venkman hair there in like a light brown. His hips are, I believe, just the LEGO official ones. I think I reused those. The legs are entirely different though. Obviously you've got those continuations of the belt buckle things. But he's got brand new knee pads and boots and more leather straps and belts going on the side of his legs. Every figure in this has wraparound printing. But these pants are actually in blue. I love that more colours were embraced for the Season 2 characters. It just makes them pop a lot more, makes them more individual. His arms are covered in printing, obviously. They've got all of the different types of pauldrons and arm braces, and now both arms have different colour braces. I mean, one of them's in like a beige, one of them's in like a white, but it's just kind of like the patchwork sort of style that these clones have at the minute. He has those two sort of chunkier pistols, not the Clone Wars ones, just the kind of classic chunky pistols, and he has his Tech helmet. Now, Tech has my favourite helmet out of the Bad Batch, but honestly, it might be my least favourite helmet that I made out of these ones. I just couldn't make the goggles look right. I'm still pleased with the result. I think it definitely gives off the look of Tech, and I hated the LEGO official Tech helmet. It was utterly horrendous. So I think this is definitely a step up, but I'm just not 100% happy with it. I'll probably revisit this one day and try and make it as best as possible. Next up, and I just want to get it out the way, it's Omega. I don't like Omega. She's my least favourite character in the entire show. I'd take random one-off cameo characters over her. I really just have no interest in her character. She's looking a little bit less irritating in Season 3 so far. She's definitely grown up a bit. But yeah, not my favourite character. I've given her the Harry Potter hair in blonde, just like the LEGO official one. I've given her a brand new face print. I've kind of tried to use different assets, namely the sort of new clone head, because obviously she's a clone. I had to just kind of include a little bit of Jango Fettness to her. All of her printing really is in the torso. She's got that massive sort of like shoulder belt thing, and that blue jacket, which nicely contrasts the red undershirt as well. It's a really cool look for the character. Definitely my favourite Omega look, but it does not do enough to save the character. She has midi legs as well, and those have a little bit of wraparound printing on the boots, just to give her a bit of detail. And the arms, they're just sleeves, so I just gave her dual molded arms in a blue. She has no helmet and no weapons. I know she has a crossbow, but I'm sorry, I didn't want to put that much time into Omega. I just hate her so much. Next up is my second favourite clone of all, and that is Ekko. I love Ekko. He's just so cool. I preferred him more in like the Clone Wars. Like I like him less in the Bad Batch. I feel like he doesn't really get that much screen time. Hopefully now that he's teamed up with Rex in the show, he'll get a bit more use on screen. But I love this guy's outfit. It's really, really cool. Once again, we'll start from the top to the bottom. Obviously, brand new molded helmet. Looks really, really great. It's a lot more boring than his original one though. It doesn't even have the 99 symbol on the helmet. It's just kind of plain grey and light grey. It's very boring. Underneath that, we've got his actual LEGO official head, except I've changed the colours and stuff to make him look a bit more like sickly, and I changed the colours under his eyes to like a purplish to make him look a bit more, yeah, just ill, because Ekko never looks at all healthy in the show. So yeah, I've gone for that sort of vibe. His torso is packed with detail. It's definitely one of the most different from the LEGO official figures, and the classic Bad Batch look, to be fair. It obviously has that orange detail as well, but it's got extra bits of red and light grey and a bunch of different battle damage. I got really into the battle damage on this guy. So yeah, his torso is covered in all those wounds and stuff. He's also got a brand new belt with all those brown patches and stuff. And that continues onto the legs, where he's got that really nice waist cape in a beige, and he's got extra belt buckles and pouches and all sorts to carry all the gear that he's going to need. And underneath that is his recolored armor. So obviously on his shins, he's got that sort of brown armor instead of the classic grey, but he's reusing his grey armor from his Bad Batch days on his upper thighs. And obviously he's wearing those boots as well with a bit of armor plating. His left arm is just your standard arm. It's got pauldrons and gauntlets, just the same as all clone troopers, and he has got a red hand as well. But his right arm, once again, we've got another custom piece, and it is a screwdriver piece. Now, obviously, Ekko has the ability to tap into, like, machines and all sorts with his arm after what happened to him on Skako Minor. So it's a new piece, which is essentially like, it starts off as the little bit of the hand that plugs into the wrist, but then it's actually like a screwdriver instead. Because I hate nothing more than Ekko's arm in the LEGO official minifigure, and I had to rectify that. So we've gone for this here, and it's basically the same printing as the LEGO official one on the actual arm. Except I've obviously changed the colours to be more accurate to his Season 2 look. But yeah, it's all about the screwdriver hand. Next up, we've got Rekka. You know, I love him. He's great. He's such a fun character, and he was really enjoyable in Episode 2 of the Bad Batch. Once again, custom helmet. Definitely the most difficult helmet to make, because he's got that weird sort of like snarling texture on the front. But it turned out really great in the end. I've got a bit more weathering on that helmet than any of the other helmets. I wanted to make it look scratched and battered, because I mean, he's the character who gets beat up the most in the show, you know, like he loves explosions, he loves to fight, so I just wanted to represent that on the helmet there. His face print, I didn't even touch, because it's the best thing that LEGO produced for the LEGO Bad Batch stuff. I didn't want to touch it, I thought it was fantastic, so I've kept it the way it is. I really want them to make, you know in the LEGO Incredibles game, how Mr. Incredible was like halfway to a big fig? We need that torso. I don't think we've ever actually had an official LEGO one, and we definitely don't have it on any of the softwares I use, because I would love it if we could get that kind of torso, because it would just work so well for characters like Rekka. But he didn't deserve a big fig, so I've just gone for like a standard minifigure size, which upsets me a little bit. But I do love his armor. It's definitely the most drastic change from his classic Bad Batch armor, which was essentially just Hunter's but scaled up. So it's kind of turned into this sort of chest plate sort of thing, which I really like. It's a brighter yellow, a lot of gold in there, which is nice, as well as using that really nice blue color as well. That looks really good, really pops the chest, and he's also got a lot of beige on here. It's a very common theme in these Season 2 outfits. There's a lot of beige. He has a really nice belt with a gold belt buckle, as well as a few gold accents on his pouches and stuff. His hips are basically the same as Crosshair's, except they're recolored to be like a beige and a dark beige. And his legs, once again, very similar to Crosshair's in the fact that it's the classic Bad Batch leg armor, but obviously recolored and retooled to be that Season 2 Rekka outfit. The arms are almost identical, except one arm has an extra shoulder pauldron on top of it, as well as a white section on his gauntlet. Once again, it's that sort of patchwork look that the Bad Batch were going for in Season 2. I don't know why Rekka had extra protection on his right shoulder. I thought it was a weird choice, but you know, all the same, it's a cool look. You know, Rekka looks great. He comes with his like blades, so I've given him the machete piece, as well as the same buildable rifle that I gave to Hunter, which you'll see now. This is my favorite figure in this set. Hunter just looks so good. Now, you may remember that in my first ever YouTube video, I made a Hunter from Bad Batch Season 1. This was pre the LEGO official ones. By the way, if you haven't watched that video, go check it out. You can see the absolute drastic change in my skill. But yeah, that video has a special place in my heart, and that Hunter minifigure has a special place in my heart as well. We'll start from the top with his helmet. Now, he's got a really cool helmet. Out of all of them, I think this was the one that hurt me the most, that it didn't get a special like mold for the helmet. So I just had to give him his proper Hunter helmet. I love the orange. I think it works the best for Hunter, especially with that sort of red neck scarf, which you'll see here. I love the sort of skull print on his helmet. It looks great, and the orange really pops. I think Hunter is the only character, as I said, that I prefer. Him and Tech, they're the only ones that actually rock the yellow look more than the red. But moving down, he's got a custom hairpiece. Now, I did use this same hairpiece in my original LEGO Star Wars video, but my skill has obviously got better. I'm better at modeling now, so it just looks a lot more sleek, a lot better. I love the red headband. That comes from the Monkey Kid sets. It just looks so cool. I love it so much. And the actual face print is a combination of the regular Hunter head from the LEGO official, as well as the regular Clone Trooper head that we're getting at the minute. I think it hooks them up nicely, and it gives them that sort of realistic feel. The face tats look really good in contrast to the red. It looks so cool. And underneath that, we've got a slightly modified red scarf piece. Now, this red scarf piece is pretty much the same one as we got with Wild Style in the LEGO Movie 2. Except it's kind of, I've messed with the scale a little bit so that it fits the helmet a lot nicer. So it is technically a different piece, but it started off as the same thing. The torso is, it starts off with the sort of basic, absolute blueprints of the LEGO one. Obviously retooled, recolored with that orange, a lot of battle damage, as well as having, he's got a bunch of like, I think it's like bandages or cloth that goes around his midsection, as well as underneath that you can see peeking through, there's some of that blue armor that Rekka had as well. Now those bandages just continue onto his hip. Of course you can see his like metal codpiece there gets in the way as well. And he's got just a ton of pouches all over his legs. I actually used assets from Han Solo for that, because I thought it just kind of had that same sort of vibe. And underneath that is his clone armor. Obviously, he's got little bits of different armor patched in there. His right shin, for example, is like a different type of shin guard to the regular clone armor one. And obviously, it's a bunch of different colors and stuff, different types of metal and things like that, which I think is a really cool look. His arms are identical to each other, and they just have those like cool blue and white shoulder pauldrons and those like bits of red cloth wrapped around his forearms. He also has bright blue hands, which I really love, and I have noticed that in the Season 3 of the Bad Batch, their armor has actually changed. Hunter has a different shoulder pauldron now, and Rekka is just looks a lot more battered and stuff. Hunter does have his knife, obviously it's synonymous with Hunter at this point, and he also has the same gun that I gave to Rekka. They both kind of use the same weapon, so I just thought it'd be best to include that. Well everyone, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed, and if you have, feel free to like and subscribe down below and let me know in the comments what your favourite figure was in this series. I absolutely love the Bad Batch, and I would absolutely love to make a video for Season 3 of the Bad Batch. If that's something that you're interested in by the time the series is over, come back to this comment section and just let me know, because I've already got a few figures that I would just absolutely love to make. But anyway guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you later. May the Force be with you.